7070 Collins. We in Miami and we ballin'. She let dollar pull up as we mobbin'. Every time I'm in the city, we be locked in. Ay, locked in. Ball Harbor, take you shopping. Nikki Beach, we in the water. Free up, make it harder. 2 a.m., we ended up at Live. 3 a.m., we like Pope. 4 a.m., and I know which girls I'm taking home.
Taking pictures on the trip with your friends. Bad dog, we don't count it, just spend. My own expense. Only live once, so we so.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Hoosier State, where Colts fans rise to their feet with the striking of the anvil as it is time for football here at Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indy. Today we continue on with the punter Rigoberto Sanchez ready to go, and we are underway from Lucas Oil Stadium. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Throwing now is Stroud. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Stroud to throw it. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
And a 1st down.
A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. They work now on 2nd and 9. Stroud looking to throw. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Stroud.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Stroud now on 4th down. That's to his running back, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Here's Stroud. Pass throw right back to Joe Mixon. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Joe Mixon hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter, that's when a knockout occurs.
It becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost. How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. The rushing numbers for Taylor in last week's ball game. 17 carries, 75 yards.
He's really been someone special to watch this season and brings a real unique element to their offense. Even the defense is focusing on him all year. He still sits 4th in the league in yardage. Hard to come up with an answer for a back playing as well as he has been. They've got their work cut out for them in this one as he chases another big week.
Throwing Jones. The toss here completed to Pittman. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The visitors' offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. He had the receiving touchdown on the opening drive as you take a look here at where he ranks amongst the NFL's best in receiving TDs by a running back. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. That'd be ideal.
Got a man. It's the rookie out of the 3rd round. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Stroud off the play fake. That's complete. It's Collins. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd down and long.
Now Stroud. That's taken in by Arroyo. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Now Ka'imi Fairbairn for the field goal try. This will be a 37-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
And able to get this out to the 25. What a weekend it has been already around the NFL. We had 3 great games on Thanksgiving, another one Friday in Philadelphia, and it's all part of the NFL salute to the legendary John Madden. This week's slate of games known as the John Madden Thanksgiving Celebration Weekend, and we at EA Sports salute the man we knew as Coach, who brought so much to this great holiday, so many smiles with his love of family, his love of football, and we miss him, no doubt. Gone, but certainly never forgotten, John Madden.
Well, they run the option on second down.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends.
Jones keeping it on the sneak.
And he is going to have the Colts first down, at least at first glance, as they spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
A short one there, caught by Warren. You look at this defense.
Currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
Always think back to what my defensive coordinator in college used to tell me. Playing against the run is 11 individual battles, man on man, and are you going to win that battle? You're going to whip the guy across from you and get to the ball carrier, wrap him up, and put him on the ground, because the one thing he absolutely detested was yards after contact. Tackle him, put him down on the spot.
Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. As they've got it as we resume action. Now Jones. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
And 9 yards to go.
Pierce in motion left.
Jones now from the gun on 3rd down.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Zach Harrison in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, well, they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
The visitors' offense and running back Joe Mixon set to take over once more.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking for the drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
And Stroud now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Gain on the play. Complete to Elijah Arroyo. A gain of 5. Result is a 1st down.
Mix it up the middle. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11. At the Colts 47.
Quick throw to Collins.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first.
That's another 1st down. 2 yards on the play. Results first down.
A handoff to Mixon. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
Nico Collins. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Looking to throw. Stroud. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up
Looking to throw again on second down. Stroud. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, go to zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Mixon again, but he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he won't get to the line of scrimmage as they push him back to the 2. This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. This is the most important of them all, 3rd and goal. Play action. Stroud now. And it's caught. Touchdown. Jalen Noel, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Colts offense and running back Jonathan Taylor heading back onto the field. And we give you a look there at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns. You can see he's second best amongst NFL running backs at this point in the season. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. A short one there, caught by Warren. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
For a Colts first down.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Henry To'oTo'o coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7. at the 15-yard line.
Looking to throw. Stroud will get him to the ground at the 20, following a pickup of 4. 2 yards still to go. Third down now.
And it's third down.
A shotgun snap to Stroud. He's got his target. That's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, it's Stroud. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. The throw here, right sideline, falls incomplete. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Stroud out of the gun here. And that one too wide and incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Hope you all had a very happy Turkey Day indeed as we wrap up John Madden Thanksgiving celebration weekend. Let's roll. Our journey through the NFL starts now. At M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, the Ravens at home to take on the Bengals in the AFC North. And this is Rashad Bateman. He's going to bring this one in, and away he goes. Make it a 70-yard touchdown grab. Next up, we go to Big D, specifically Arlington, Texas. Check in on the Cowboys as they host the Kansas City Chiefs. And oh, look at Patrick Mahomes. He's going to take this one himself. He also had 2 touchdown passes in the game. One last one to show you, and it's in Detroit. It's the Lions taking on the Packers. And it's Jordan Love. On target with that one, he had 3 touchdown passes on the afternoon. The Packers earn another victory and move to 9-3 on the year. And time for one more look at the rest of the scores from around the National Football League. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a competitive, hard-hitting first half. We expect more of the same going forward as we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
A very one-sided first half, 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Colts offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Jones. Well, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
On to punt for the Colts.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. Looking to put a drive together. He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
He was tackled at the 27.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Smith and Jigba hauling it in on the out route. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. But backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Stroud working out of the gun. That is caught. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They mark him down at the 39. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second.
Throwing now is Stroud.
At the 38-yard line.
Down the field, he's got Knoll. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
24-yard gain on the play.
Here's a give to Mixon. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. 2nd down in the yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Outright to Smith and Jigba. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Stroud to throw it. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
17 more yards. That's another first down.
Jones diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use him at all in the first half, at least running the football. But here they entrust him with some work down in the red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 24. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Colts getting another possession here on offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Jones. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
Fair catch. Signal for and
So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Stroud looking to throw. This is caught. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Jackson Smith-Njigba with touchdown number 7 on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And, Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or 2? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything.
Oh, this is blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to crawl back because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
It's a gain of 11. And the Colts first down.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Azeez Al-Shaair in to make the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been any. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Well, this offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner using that size to force his way in there and make the stop behind the line. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. Stroud dumps it off to Mixon. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down. So they bring out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Down to the 10, and he'll get into the end zone. A touchdown, Indianapolis. Josh Downs, 65 yards. And the Colts are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. The drive will start with an option going left. Stroud is hit and the ball is loose. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
First play of the drive, excellent run, just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another 1st down.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. Here it's 3rd and 2. And Mixon not going to get there. Running into a wall here, and they'll stop him short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Here's Jones throwing to start the drive. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down. A 7-yard to throw. Jones. Down the field, he's got one. Out across midfield, down to the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throwing Jones. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. A short one there, caught by Warren. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Colts first down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. Looking to throw. Jones. He's got room to roam. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor from 21 yards away. And the Colts are able to cut into that deficit. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And it looks like this one won't work out. Hands team able to secure the football. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Now Joe Mixon. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense able with a big play.
50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
A gain of 15.
Running left, it's Mixon. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Play action. Here's Stroud. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
3rd down and 10.
Now Stroud. Over the middle, complete. It's Collins. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got a fourth down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way the opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a gain of 6.
Now Jones. Able to find the open man. That's complete. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. Rush coming, and he's taken down. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Operating from the gun. Jones. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Results in a 4th down.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll give it to Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for our visitors, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.